I mean, that's my thoughts on that, but if I go back to this other sheet over here,
Yep.
uh,
Which one?
the assigned fund balance thing. So you currently had in there 90 that we're estimating for boilers,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But I don't recall ever having a assigned fund balance for the Chromebook iPad initiative.
No, we don't, point, you're right.
Doing it instead, right? This
Yeah,
way,
because we have to re-up it, if you will.
Where the money's gonna go
On
every
an
year.
annual basis.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but what you're saying, so you have 203,000 left over.
Yep,
You gotta try to tell what that's assigned for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that's assigned because of major projects on B and G for the buildings themselves.
that,
Maybe a new parking lot somewhere.
Right.
Which you're talking about over at Woodfield or something.
and that's what that's where we had left off last year. You're right.
Right. So I'm not anticipating iPad Chromebooks coming out of that at all.
Okay.
I mean, the Evergreen boilers, yeah, we already paid for those. Those are basically sitting in 203,000. Could we use it for that? Sure.
But isn't that what we had talked about where everyone comes from when we brought it?
The tech stuff.
Yeah.
That was my suggestion. That we
Yeah,
would-
that's my understanding.
Yeah,
we'll
no,
designate
yeah,
that
my,
fund balance.
my direct comment was on that. I would anticipate that the funds that the tech department has to use for miscellaneous, which has been these huge price servers and all the data backup and everything, which were about 100K or something. That's what's going to be reduced. We don't need a new server this year, right?
Should.
If anything, eventually we're going to look for the SAN system, get rid of that. But even that's running fine right now.
Yep.
I can't see any big ticket items coming out of tech this year, other than these Chromebooks, which we've already approved.
Though,
I would think that comes that way.
though after doing that, Cannon did say a couple times it would be tight. So I guess it really comes down to.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have tighten the public school system means we're okay, but if we needed to, we can move funds out of somewhere else. I mean, the budget in that department, you might have to bump a hair bit, but on the budget cycle, not coming out of the fund balance, assigned fund balance. I'm saying we should leave 203,000 sitting there as an assigned fund balance and leave it alone.
As what though?
Well, I mean, you already got the Evergreen boilers on there, you've got a parking lot that's gonna be doing a little bit for Woodfield.
We got a parking lot at,
The trailside one's a higher priority than.
Yeah,
This is supposed to be this coming year that we put off.
204,000 doesn't go
Which is
anywhere
front and
for
the back.
these buildings, especially when it costs 100K just to paint them, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So what I wanna see is, I wanna see a yearly progression over a 7 or 10 year cycle that says this painting project, guess not what it is now, what it will be in 7 years, how much it costs each year, that should go in a assigned fund balance, so you don't get hit with these high ticket items all
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah.
I'd rather see the assigned fund balance bumped up than I would the OPEB account.
Okay.
Or even like, water heaters, because, trailside, we've dumped all three already, and
Yeah.
Whitfield, we haven't, had one failure yet.
Yeah, I mean, the big ticket items
So
are gonna be.
we're gonna be getting them pretty quick.
I mean, we did the roof on this one here, yeah, but that wasn't the flat roofs. When are the next flat roofs in which building do? Man,
I was ready for it.
because those are the big ticket items.
Yep.
In essence, we should be collecting 100 to 200 a year just for fund balance assigned for roofs. Because when the $500,000 hits, you're gonna be looking for stash then.
The old control system upgrade.
I can say I will never be interested in a control system upgrade. I would be, I'd rather scrap the entire thing and go away from, what's their names downtown Milwaukee there, who gouged the crap out of you too.
Honeywell?
Honeywell.
So, well, by policy, I need to give this to you every year, so
Yep.
the timing is perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
To talk about the budget and stuff. If you just take a look, see at Evergreen, the boiler prices we got a couple years ago, were right around $90,000. If we continue replacing the exterior doors, it's about $35,000 per section of doors. Last year's, I think, was like 27 or 28, so.
How many more doors we got left over there? I thought we did.
We're probably about half finished,
That's it?
yeah. There's a lot.
Really?
We're on the side,
there's a
back,
lot-
and the other
yeah,
side.
Oh.
there's a lot of doors.
I thought we covered
And
all.
what we've been doing is we've been pacing out the flooring replacement, getting rid of the original carpeting that's 20 plus years old, putting in tiling, that type of thing. We already talked about the control system a couple times this year. I want to keep the gym floor on your radar for facility comparability, that piece. The annual painting.
That's inside?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, how about the annual, you already took care of this year, you did the blinds and things in some rooms?
You bet.
I mean, isn't there at one point where you say the whole building is getting new blinds and things? Because we only did a few locations, didn't you?
No, we did the whole building.
Did you do the whole building? Okay. All right, so what else do we have in there that's old that,
Probably we could step up the flooring piece, the flooring replacement,
in Evergreen?
yeah.
I thought the entire place, other than in room. You're saying in room?
Classrooms.
Yeah.
In the classrooms, we
That's
did
what
the
I meant.
hallways.
The other piece I'd say, Dan, is a lighting upgrade.
Well, that
Because-
one definitely.
Because, and the reason why is, you know, a couple years ago, you told Ken to go and get as many as a T12s or T10s.
T12s.
Yeah, T12s as he could, and he did.
Which, by the way, you can still buy those things.
The problem that we're running into is, when he's replacing bulbs and ballasts, he's piecemealing the T8s and the T12s. And so what he had asked is, would it be more economical fiscally to actually do a bulk purchase on T8s and just do the whole building, rather than continue to piecemeal as things go down.
Wonder what kind of energy cost savings we have.
You're talking switching out all the fixtures in one place?
Yeah.
Well, the important ones to start off with, didn't we do the Evergreen gym with T8s?
I thought you did.
I thought
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you did the Evergreen gym.
We didn't do the Fox River gym though,
No, and that's,
because there was a problem with, it was supposed to be doing it, there was a problem that they couldn't do it.
right,
Well, I'd say get some estimates on it.
okay. The flat roof isn't scheduled for,
2030.
yeah, 2030.
Evergreen?
Yeah, Evergreen, yeah.
I'll be pushing up daisies.
Okay.
Maximums.
The Fox River piece is pretty much spelled out there too. We're doing some flooring replacement year by year. The parking lot needs to be resealed once they're all done with everything else there.
By the way,
This next year.
This one looks real good out here, by the way.
I thought, yeah, I thought you
Yeah.
did.
Came out very good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Especially right before the Balloon Fest or whatever.
Yeah. And they just, well, you know that, they just replaced the boiler there a few years back, so.
Yeah, that should be good for a while.
Looking at Trailside and Woodfield, I got the gym floors there that need to be resealed. The parking lot at Trailside, you already got a number on that one.
Yeah.
The piece that I want to remind you about is those were 15-year boilers that they put in.
That's like
Now, that's not saying-
5-year hot water heater?
Yeah.
And that's, so what I'm saying is that 15 years is at 2016. I'm not saying they're gonna be dead at 2016.
Let's start having a budget that
But
way,
you just need to know that that's
Mhm.
the expectancy, and then you got the flat roofs at 2020 for both those buildings.
Just like having two buildings at the same age.
Yeah, you just gotta get to the point where you space them out far enough that they get apart.
And then, the equipment stuff for district, we talked, the trailer, that he uses to haul mowing equipment around, that type of stuff, is really aged, and he has asked for a new one. He had talked to me about that a couple months ago and brought it up again. So that's probably the highest need right now as far as equipment replacement.
Is that open trailer or closed?
It's an open trailer. Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
Not to be nasty, but my 24-foot enclosed race trailers are about 6 to 8 grand new.
okay,
That's why I said it was open or closed, because it was,
Yeah,
that's the whole car and 24-foot long.
okay,
But it's better to be a little high than a little low though, so.
yeah. And then one of the mowers needs to be replaced. They've been doing a lot of welding and on-site maintenance of it. And so he had said he doesn't want to go much farther as far as the
Keep
maintenance.
sticking money into
Yeah,
it.
keep sticking money into it. And then I told you, was it last month or 2 months ago, about the second truck replacement, and the price on that, or the bid on that came back at $30,000 even.
Okay, so how many years have we getting out of these trucks? Because every time we turn around, we seem to have a truck to replace.
Yeah, you just bought a truck.
We don't have that many trucks, I mean, it's a pretty small district.
The one that's scheduled for replacement there is a 2004.
We actually replaced the newer truck because it had more miles on it, the extended cab.
Yeah.
Okay, where are they driving?
Everybody wanted to drive the new one.
Well, that's the one that Ken always had.
Aren't they just driving in town here? I mean, we're not going long hauls on these trucks,
How many
are we?
miles are on that 2004?
About 80.
I would think we
We
could.
got 163 in them.
I would think you could, especially that's a 3/4 ton, I believe. You might be able to space that out more, yeah.
Is it rusted away because he's salting with it or something? Or
Well, that's
is
the
it
thing,
salt-
That's where the toll is being taken on that one is the.
Because that's the
snow
Salter?
removal. No, the Salter is Ken's,
Is the new truck.
is the new truck.
The truck we got rid of, that was the
Salt and the
2006,
crap.
actually had holes in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about salting and plowing with the same truck, so when we get rid of it, it's all,
Well, salting is with the new one, because that's got that new salt and everything.
Yeah.
The other one's just a plow truck,
Right,
but they carry salt just for the sidewalks and that in the back.
that's correct. Yeah.
Do they have bed liners or spray-in bed liners in those trucks?
Some.
I know on the
think
new
so.
one they did, I'm
Yeah,
not
the
sure
new
on
one.
the old one.
I don't think so, which might be,
okay, so the new one you just got, we salt with it.
Yes.
yeah, that's got the big salter in the back of it.
I assume you would wanna plow with the same truck you salt with.
They actually
They
plow
do.
with two of them.
They do.
Okay,
They plow with the one that's on the list here, and they plow with the one that you approved for
Okay.
purchase last year.
Yeah,
okay, but you don't salt with the one that's on the list here.
No.
just carry the bags for, like sidewalk spreading and that, which still, that's what I said, if you have a bed liner or a spray-in bed liner, you probably protect a lot more than just, and I don't
I
think
mean,
there is.
granted, plowing's gonna take a toll on the truck faster, but
I would have to agree though, 80,000 miles really
You can-
isn't
yeah.
that many miles on a modern.
Years ago,
car.
but now, I was
Yeah.
running over 200,000 on my truck,
Yeah, I
so.
mean, unless it's falling apart and the repair costs are killing us.
When we do our thing, we'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
that's what I'm wondering, I don't think we do any long distance anything,
Not with that one.
no.
I hear
Let's
what
try
you're
to
saying.
spring it out a
I
little
do,
farther, yeah.
But.
The cube van, how many miles are on that one?
Oh,
That's
that
very
hardly
low.
gets any miles.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Just to haul the food.
Yep. Yep.
Based on tractor
Okay,
replacements.
so when you're talking the gym floor in Evergreen, you're talking sticking with the same tiles, right?
No, I'm talking about putting in a floor similar to Fox River and Trailside and.
Okay, I hate
Woodfield.
Trailside and Woodfield, terrible
I know you
floors
do.
for that.
And you said that every year.
This is the only reasonable floor you can roll things in and out on, it's not spongy, rubbery surface.
I know.
It doesn't need to be resurfaced every 2 years at $40,000. The maintenance on that floor is nil, right?
Well,
Unless you gotta replace the tile wall from a crack,
replacing tile and the annual waxing and stripping and that type of thing.
that's about it,
Yeah.
yeah.
The tricky piece, the flip of it is, well, it's probably cheaper to maintain in the big picture.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit more, tends to be a little bit more slippery for kids and. that
That's
type
how
of
kids learn not to
safety.
run on floors with wet feet.
That's a
What do they
gym.
What do they have at the high school? I've never paid
They have,
attention.
they have.
You don't run on floors with wet
Oh, they've
feet.
got just the wood ones left?
Yeah.
It's not slippery on regular tennis shoes, that's what it was designed for. Putting a rubbery surface to grip your feet is not a good idea necessarily.
So. Okay, so that's all the information that I had as far as expenses and those types of things, so let's get back to what the fund balance is gonna, the allocations to the fund balance, the designations piece. So what I heard Dan say is he's comfortable with funding the 322,253 from the 13 employees,
Yep,
okay? Holding off on that low cluster of 3 times 48.
yep.
I like a new revised list of who is eligible and what time period and all that good stuff.
Sure,
Because
that's easy.
unfortunately, if we do have teachers leaving, and it's teachers that have a vested probability of collecting on this, it'd be interesting to know how that's impacting that for future OPEB additions. It may be that you find that you've got a lot of money in OPEB and more than enough to cover the amount of people that are getting close, but I won't know until I see a list.
Okay.